Oh yeah,
This is crazy.
it's big. It's huge, and it's getting talked about definitely.
Well, that's our show for the day. Please remember to follow us on Facebook and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Spilling Tea. If you would like to appear on the show or have any questions you would like answered, email us at spillingtea@gmail.com. I'm Morris Mims, and this is Spilling Tea.
Denton Community Television, operated by the Mayborn School of Journalism, the University of North Texas.
Hi, this is Mike Miller. Thanks so much for checking us out here at Creatives of North Texas, the program I've put together to bring on many of the highly creative people in this area, and I'm honored today to have a guy, my very first magician on this show. It's a double album, and I appreciate you being here, Richie.
What up?
How's it going?
Going. It's going. It's going good. It's been a great day.
It has been. It's been an interesting day.
Very interesting. Started with oatmeal. The oatmeal turned into, what is that other stuff? Multi-meal?
Multi-meal.
I ended up having some multi-meal instead.
And oatmeal. Oh, no oatmeal, but multi-meal.
I burnt the oatmeal.
Oh.
I forgot that I had oatmeal on, and that was the last of the oatmeal, so I ended up having to eat the multi-meal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Substance.
I'm very grainy in my mouth right now still.
And you've been working down at the Denton Radio for about a year now, you say?
Yes, I am the co-host of Nobody Knows.
Nobody Knows.
With Joey Johnson, which, if you haven't heard of it, you probably wouldn't.
I watched that one yesterday, yeah.
We call it Nobody Knows because nobody knows that it exists.
I've been meaning to come over there to the Killers on Thursday night.
Mm-hmm.
There's a comedy night there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's the open mic, I believe.
Open mic, yeah.
Yeah, I always go out there and hang out with those.
Joey runs that one, I think they say, yeah.
Joey Johnson. Are you trying to do comedy?
No, I just enjoy going to hear it. But I have been working on some actually.
You have a joke?
Jokes? No, I just wanted to tell funny things about my life. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. See, I only know one real joke.
Really?
That's a real joke.
What is it?
You want to hear the joke?
Yeah.
All right. So there's two olives sitting on the table.
Green or black?
There's a green one and a black one.
Oh, okay.
One of the olives falls off the table, and the other olive runs over to the edge and says, "Hey, are you okay?" And the other one looks up and says, "Yeah, olive."
That is a good one.
I don't know, it's my one joke.
I noticed when I read that Dallas Observer review about when you put out your double album, that you like wordplay.
Yeah.
Wordplay and funny rhythms and odd rhythms.
Yeah, see, I don't really think about it, but it's just like, because of what I've taken in and consumed, it's just like stuff like that just kind of like sticks out to me. I don't really know like any examples, really.
Of wordplay.
But I like puns. Do you have a good pun? You know any good puns?
What is a pun? I forgot.
A pun is like I used to work at a place where we crushed cans. It was so depressing.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Right.
Or like I worked at a donut business and got tired of the whole. I worked for a donut shop and got tired of the whole business.
Yeah. Or I worked at a bicycle place, but I was too tired to come in.
Too tired. Yeah.
I don't know if that's actually one.
That's pretty close.
I don't know. I haven't made that up right now. I don't know if that makes sense. But yeah, so puns are cool.
And you had started doing some rapping and emceeing before you started working on your double album?
Yeah, I started making music when I was 11.
And Dr. Dre Instruments, what does that mean?
Dr. Dre Instruments?
Yeah.
So, Dr. Dre Instrumentals is what I like. So when I was a kid, I bought this this album that was just instrumentals. I accidentally, like, you know how some albums are like edited for the cuss words?
Yeah.
Well, this one had so many cuss words that they had to come out with an album where you could just listen to the music.
Oh,
no
really?
words. Yeah.
A Dr. Dre album?
Yeah. So
Really?
I had that album.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna make up my own words. So I would just like make up my own words and like, you know, say stuff.
And that's when you got some keyboards and things like that.
And my dad actually was a audio engineer for a company that sold gold coins.
Really?
They had like they were selling American Eagle gold coins. It was called Family of Eagles. Look it up, it's pretty cool. But so he was selling these gold coins, and he had all this audio equipment because they would have like big, big events and stuff like that, where they would tell you about their new products and the new golden watches and stuff that they would sell.
Yeah.
And so one day my dad has like all his equipment. I'm like, hey, could you record me? And he's like, yeah, I could have recorded you like forever. So he recorded me, and then he just bought me a bunch of equipment. And I just started like, I was like 12 or 13. And I just started like making music in my room, and like music was like one of my best friends. Cause,
Yeah.
You know, it did whatever I wanted it to do.
Yeah. You were in charge of the creative.
And all my friends would be like, no, we don't want to play like Sharp Tooth or whatever the dinosaur thing was or something. But yeah, man, it's like music was what it wasn't for other people for me.
But you started magic even earlier than that.
I was 6.
6.
I was 6 when I started doing magic. And yeah, you know, when you're 6 doing something that like 20-year-old people or 25-year-old people are like, wait, what's that? And you're like, I'm literally 6. This kind of changes your life, especially once you turn 7. I don't know.
It's good to get started early on something like that, though.
Yeah. See, if my parents didn't want me to do it.
Really?
Yeah. I think most parents don't want their kids to be liars. You know?
Because magicians tell.
That's all we do. I'm like, hey, look, there's something in your ear, and then I pull out a deck of cards. You know what I mean? But really, it was not in your ear.
Yeah.
So technically, I just lie every time I'm doing magic. But it's a fun lie.
An illusion and
Yeah, so that's where the psychic surgery comes in.
okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you're into psychic surgery, you know about like Andy Kaufman and stuff like this, right?
Well, I just noticed that post on Facebook that you had. It just caught my attention.
Yeah, so I'm reading a book. I just have a book. I'm not reading it anymore. I read it a long time ago, but it's about psychic surgery. My roommate was asking me, hey, have you ever heard of psychic surgery? It's where they blah blah blah. And I was like, yeah, I have a book about it. You know? And I was like showing it to him, and I just put it online. But basically, it's pretty much a scam. I mean, it's like they basically like lie and tell you that they're like healing you using psychic surgery, but it's actually like chicken livers and like.
Oh, like some churches that believe that you can.
Yeah.
Spit a tumor out or something
Yeah.
like that.
Where they're like, here, bite on this sponge, and then you bite on it and you don't have.
Yeah.
Thing or whatever. But I will say, it's fun. Like I use the same exact thing they do there. I have like a little piece of part of my show that I do the same kind of thing, just to like let people know that it's not like real. But Andy Kaufman actually, he got a rare form of lung cancer, and instead of going to doctors, he went to a psychic surgeon, and he died.
He died?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard of self-healing. I thought it was maybe like some kind of
No, I mean, we all want that. I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not saying it doesn't exist, but it's not in that book I was reading.
Yeah.
The book I was reading was a guy that was duped into thinking that this was a real thing.
Yeah, real thing, yeah.
But, yeah, you know.
But you do a lot of different things around town. The trivia nights you do?
Yeah, I do trivia. So, like, to me, you want me to ask you one?
What field is it in?
And they're random. I literally make up. I'll just sit there throughout my week and be like, how much does a bumblebee weigh? And I'll look it up, and that'll just be my question.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not. I like to have the hardest trivia in town.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And I let you use textbooks sometimes.
Oh, and can they like Google it?
You can't Google it, but you can use a textbook.
Books.
Like You know what I mean? If you have the right, which most people don't have textbooks on like Seinfeld and stuff, so. You know, if you have a Seinfeld textbook, you can use it though.
Seinfeld has some of the answers.
Well, some of the answers are like, who played Seinfeld?
Oh,
Seinfeld.
like
you know?
Jerry, somebody.
What's his last name? I'll give you 3 seconds.
I don't know. Yeah.
3, 2.
Jerry. I don't know.
Jerry Seinfeld. His name was Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh.
That was his name.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Jerry Seinfeld. Let me ask you this. It's a tricky one. This is a good one. This is a great trivia question. But think about it. Don't just answer it. Who started Guinness Book of World Records?
Guinness, I guess.
You think so? Final answer?
Are the people who were setting the records, the record setters.
Mm-hmm. But who started Guinness Book of World Records?
Who started that? Yeah, I would say Guinness.
And you're right. You know, that's like the most missed trivia question.
Really?
Yes. Nobody knows that. That's like the obvious. It's like, hey, who started Garfield, the comic? Jim Davis.
Jim Davis.
Yes, but it's Garfield. You know what I mean? At the end of the
Yeah.
day, so people just don't know that because they have the Guinness Book of World Records, right? And they sell that. Where do they sell it? At schools, right? So you can't be like Guinness, brought to you in part by this book by Budweiser. So they like had this whole separate marketing plan so that they try to divide the world records and the beer. So now when people think about the world records, they never think of the beer. In fact, if you say, did you know that Guinness beer started Guinness Book of World Records? You're like, no way. You're lying. It's not lies.
There is a Guinness beer.
Mm-hmm. Have you had it?
Oh yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that beer. Yeah, and that's
Oh,
the
you
same
didn't even-
Guinness as the Guinness Book of
See?
Records.
I'm telling you, it's a crazy one. Do you
That was an ingenious marketing concept.
Yeah, I'm speculating. I'm not actually 100% sure if that's a marketing thing, but I assume because everybody gets that question wrong.
Yeah.
But one day I looked it up and I felt like so dumb looking it up. I'm like, well, duh. Of course. It's like Google World Records. Who started Google World Records? Well, it had to have been Google because it's like
Yeah.
Google. It says it right there. But I don't know.
You have a video all my life.
Yes, I shot it in Denton.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. Did you recognize? Oh, you didn't watch it.
Who all was in it?
Just me.
Just
It's me. I have Flatrick's car is in it. The truck.
really?
Yeah. So I put Flatrick's truck in it. I called him and was like, hey, I'm shooting a music video. Can I hang out in your truck? Because I see it parked on the square. You know
Yeah.
Flatrick.
I'm not sure.
He's the Flat Earth Patrick.
Oh, okay.
We call him Flatrick now.
Flatrick, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Genius. I'm kind of a genius. But the thing about Flatrick is he was totally down. So now when people watch that video, they think I'm a flat earther.
Oh.
You introduced me to Flatrick.
Yeah, I may have a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. I interviewed another guy. So I forgot his name, but Patrick actually worked on my car one time.
Yeah,
He's
Patrick's I like
a good
Patrick.
mechanic. Yeah.
That's my homie.
Yeah.
But yeah, all my life, I want people to think when you watch my music videos that I'm just like around. I'm, like I am in Denton. When you come to Denton, you're probably gonna see. If you never come to Denton and you go to the square one day, you're probably just gonna see me, just walking around doing what I do.
Because you work at the Denton radio
And I'm just always go to the square because I can do
Right.
magic there.
Yeah.
I can like meet people.
you do
It's
like busking type magic on the square.
I don't yet, but I'm about to.
About to,
I'm
yeah.
about to. I got to figure out the rules because I don't want to upset anybody because
Yeah.
people really like. You want to see magic real quick? Can I show you something?
Yeah.
We'll start it with a quick magic.
Okay, cool.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do. This is actually very, very, very simple. We're gonna start super, super simple.
Super simple.
All right. So you see this, right? I have 1, 2, and 3. Right?
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. I want you to pick one of these. Just in your head, think about it. In a second, I'm going to ask you to say it out loud. But right now, I just want you to think of. This is really simple. This is the simplest one that we're going to do.
Okay.
But we have 1, 2, and we have 3. Right? And I want you to choose one in your head without saying it out loud. Right? Do you have one in your mind?
All right.
Either 1, 2, or 3. Now I'm going to give you 2 chances to change your mind, and you can either change your mind both times or you can not change your mind both times. But I want you to realize that this is completely up to you, and in no way am I forcing anything on you. Correct?
Okay.
Okay, so we have 1, 2, and we have 3. And the way that this is displayed is completely for a reason, and you'll understand what I mean in a second. But like 1, 2, and 3. I want you have it in your mind which one you choose to start.
Yeah.
Now you can either change your mind or not change your mind right now. And now you have the one in your head. Now once again, you can either change your mind or you can keep it. All right, so we have a final choice right now, right? This is the one we can go with. Now I want to give you one more option. If you want to change it for any reason before you tell me what number, you're more than welcome to, right? But I haven't made you say anything, right? So in your head, you're thinking of one right now, right? 1, 2, or 3. For the first time, say which one it is.
3.
3. It's 3, right? Now notice, I have a clipboard, but I have this on here, and I want you to look. I'm not doing anything but giving you this, right? And I want you to look at what the back of that says and just read it out loud.
You will choose 3. That's pretty good. Did I read it right? Yeah.
You chose 3, right?
Yeah.
Why'd you choose 3?
I see it as kind of a lucky number.
So here's the thing. This is what I want you to know. You can have this. Here's what I want you to know. Because people always say, well, what if I didn't choose 3? Right? Like,
Yeah.
what if you wouldn't have chose 3? Then what would have happened, right? You chose 3 though. You would have never not chose 3 because you're the kind of person that's very, very susceptible. I'm glad that worked because that's gonna actually let.
So you influenced me through ESP. I picked it up from your
a subtle form.
thoughts.
So here's what we want to do. Let me see. Let's see if we can get this to work. Take this. I just want you to stretch it out like this. All right? Stretch it out. Now blow it up a little bit. Right? A little bit more. Just a little hair more, like a hair more. All right, here's what I want you to do. I want you to just hold it like this. Hold it like this. Upside down. And on the count 3, we're going to go like this. 1, 2.
1, 2.
Let go. Yeah, you can let go. See it?
I wasn't holding it right.
Watch. Balloons for everyone. All right, here's the thing. Here's what I want you to try. This is actually a weird one. You know what these are?
I've never seen anything like that.
It's just a deck of cards.
Deck of cards
big.
in a
You've never
box.
seen a deck of cards before?
Not in a box like that.
Look, absolutely. Let me show you.
Looks like it would be 4 decks.
Right? So here's what we do though. I have a big deck, but I have a small deck, and this is the one that has my. We're gonna do another choicey type thing, but this is the one that has like my prediction. Right? I actually was gonna do this trick a couple weeks ago, and
Yeah.
it didn't work out. I didn't have to do it. I ended up doing a different trick, so this is still set up from last time. So hopefully it works with you, but it was supposed to work with someone else, but hopefully it also works with you. Just like this was made for you. I've been trying to get you to think of 3 for a year now. I'll talk about that later when we're not on this. But here's what we're gonna do. Check this out. So I have these cards, right? They're all different, right? They're all different cards. You can see. You know what I mean? There's none of them that are the same. They're all completely different, right? So here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna mix these up just a little bit. I don't want you to know where they are. Right? I don't want you to know at all. I want you to hold these like this, and I want you to cut the cards. All right. Cool. Cut them. Complete the cut. You can complete it. Yeah, put this on that side.
That on top.
Right, and I want you to look at this top card.
Okay.
Just look at it.
All right.
But like you can look at it like this way, right?
Okay.
You see what it is?
Yeah.
Now I want you to cut it one more time.
Let me make sure I know what this is.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what that
okay.
one is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can hold them in your hand. Hold them in your hand like this. This is like
Okay.
Price is Right. So
Okay.
cut them, put these under here.
Under
now I
there.
want you to look at this new card. I want you to just put this new card up to your chest. Don't look at it, just put it up to your chest, right?
All right.
You have it, right? So here's what we're gonna do. Look at this. In here, I have one card. Let me see. I have one card that is not like the rest of them. See this?
Yeah.
There's one card that's face down. Here's the thing. This might not have worked, right? But you picked a card. Earlier, I had a card, right?
Yeah.
You have this card. Can you show us what that card is? Put it on the camera, whatever. 6 of diamonds?
6 of diamonds.
Look.
6 of diamonds. That's amazing. I don't know how y'all do that.
Think about it. You chose. You could have changed. Look, if you would have went again, it would have been a 9. You know what I mean? If you went deeper, it would have been a 10. You know what I mean? It would have been a 3. Like, it was a 6.
And how you pulled a 6 out of there, though, is amazing.
Can I tell you the secret?
I guess.
Do you want to learn how to do stuff like this?
Should we share these secrets on TV?
Yeah, let's do it. If you want to learn this right now.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Hold your hand like this. Satan, come into the... I'm just kidding. I don't know if we can... I don't even know if we can air that part, but yeah, anyways. All right, so let me show you this. This is actually...
I need something to enhance my life. I should learn some magic.
Yeah, dude, everyone should learn magic.
Yeah.
I think that everybody should know at least 60 tricks.
60 tricks.
All right, I'm not going to sell your soul. Don't worry. Here's what you do, though. Let's try this. Let's try this. Let's try this. You know, let's leave on a weird note. All right, so look, check this out. You know what these are, right?
Nails.
Nails. Just grab a nail, right? Any nail. You're gonna remember that nail if you see it later?
They all look alike.
Possibly. All right. Well, look. Here's what I want you to do. Sign the head of it, or like the tip, the other side. Just write your name, full name on that part.
On this part?
You can't write your phone. It's a tiny nail. No, you can just write whatever. You put a mark so you know you'll remember it later.
Okay.
All right, check it out. Here's what I'm gonna do. If you see this nail later, you'll remember it, right?
I think, yeah.
Okay, check this out. Watch. This is not magic. This is something you can also do with practice. Ready?
All right.
Right? All right, here's what I need though. Can you hold your hand open? Is this your nail? Is that a real nail?
Man.
You can keep that. Please take that home with you.
That's amazing.
You can do it. You want me to teach it to you? Here.
No, not that one.
You want me to teach you
That's
one?
not a good trick for me.
No? All right. Let's try this. Let's try this one. Let's try. Let me try this. This may not work. Let's do this. Take that. And I'm going to have you do a certain thing with it, right?
All right.
You're going to fold it like this. Fold it. Oh, sticky side out.
Sticky side
Sticky
out.
side out, yeah. Right? And we're going to rip it. Right? We're going to do the same thing. We're going to hold it like this, and then we're going to fold it this way.
Rip it and then fold it?
Yeah, rip it and then fold it again. And you'll have these 4 corners. 4 little pieces. Right?
Oh, rip it more like through there.
Yeah.
All right.
Right? So you have them like this. Put them like this. Now you're going to fold them like a taco, like this. See this? Right? Then one more time like this. Right? A little bit like this. Like this. Right? Now, do you have a lighter by chance? I have one here, I think, in this pocket.
I don't think I have mine folded enough.
So watch. Watch.
welded it back together.
Check it out.
That's unreal.
Look at the creases.
That is unreal.
You can see where it was kind of torn still, but it like fused back together.
Man, I can't believe it. Paper will do that?
If you hold it right.
I never knew that.
Yeah, so here's a crazy one that a lot of people don't really see. Watch. Because it gets smaller, right? So the smaller it gets, if I hold it here, 1, 2, 3, like that, that's where it goes like that, and then you hear it. All right, here's what we do.
Amazing. It's not on the floor or anything.
No, I don't see it anywhere. Here's the thing, though. You can actually keep these. Want me to sign them so people will know?
Yeah.
Hey, look, here's what we do. All right, can you hold this one?
All right. Did you do some of these tricks on Channel 8?
No, I didn't do any magic on Channel 8.
You
They wouldn't let me.
Oh. That is unreal. I always wanted to learn how to make things disappear.
Why? What would you make disappear? Like little bits of paper? It's actually easy. The thing is, you want them to be so small. Let me take the last one. And this is where it goes, look. It's like this. See? You want it to be smaller than that, right? So when you catch it, right? So if you throw it like this way, right? Oh shit. Hold these two. Squeeze your hands closed. It didn't work. All right, let's do real magic now. Here's what we're gonna do. Just name a card. Name one. Here's your nail.
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts. Why did you say Queen of Hearts? What made you say that? It's actually pretty crazy because there's actually one right here. Look.
You found that pretty fast.
Right? I found it really fast. Right? Here's what we do. Look, here's how fast I can find it. If I put it here, right? You said Queen of Hearts? Look.
Yeah.
Found it.
But you just put it under there.
Right? Look, it'd be crazy if there was like multiple ones though, right? Do you see another Queen of Hearts in here?
No.
Right? Here's what we're gonna do. Write your name on this. That way we know for a fact there's no way whatsoever that we can.
Just actually write on this card?
Yeah, write your name. Big, big, big. Nice and big. Yeah, I'm gonna write it even bigger. Look. Smileys, right? You know there's not another card like this in the world, right?
Yeah.
Watch. We're gonna go like this so it can dry. Yeah, it's dry. Cool. Here's what we do. Now, it'd be crazy, right, if you could just take this like this, right? No matter where it goes, we need to find it, right? We know it's not at the bottom. We know where it is, though, right? You know where it is the whole time, right? You know?
I don't.
Touch one. Touch the back of one. Any one. Touch the back of one. This one?
Yeah.
Which one? This one? You sure? What
Yeah.
was your card again? The
Queen of Hearts.
Queen of Hearts with Mike. Here's the crazy part. Look, if you put the card, pick up half the deck. Right? I'm going to put it halfway through here, right?
All
and
right.
it just goes to the top. Oh, wait. That's the top, technically, right?
Pretty cool.
Technically. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. If I take it like this, right? Let's say it goes like, what is that? Like almost middle,
Yeah.
right? Not quite the middle.
Yeah.
Right? So you see it? Look. When I snap, it goes all the way to the top, right? If I bend it, that's the one everyone sees because they can see it close up because it's bent.
Bent. Yeah.
Right? The bent one. So if it's bent, you see it.
That's amazing.
It's also cool So let's say that let's say that for some reason we get it so that we don't know where the cards are, right? And it's like somewhere super in there, somewhere crazy, right? So we take a card that's not it, right? Which is the 8 of diamonds, right? Take a card that's not it, but I just rub it, right? And when you rub it, it becomes it.
My gosh.
The first time. The second time when you rub it, you'll see, right? Do you see what happened the whole time? It goes through the table. If you look under the table right now, there's a card.
There it is.
Look.
That's amazing.
Magic. All right, so here's the crazy part. How old do you think that trick is?
Those
You can keep that card, by the way.
Those go way back, I guess, the card tricks.
So there's a certain trick that I do sometimes. I try not to do it too much, but essentially, here's the thing about this trick. This trick is 14,000 years old.
Really?
Nah, I don't know. I can't say that. I don't know about that.
Man.
But this is an old trick, and the thing is, they always say, what do they say about old dogs?
Never die.
You can't teach them new tricks.
Oh, you can't teach them new tricks.
So,
When were cards invented?
we don't really know.
Yeah.
We know about as much as cards as we know about like certain kind of candies and stuff. But here's what we do. Grab any one out of here. Get a good one. This is the last card you get to pick today. So get a good, is that the one you want?
Yeah.
Everybody watching is gonna say, that one was out more, he made you pick that one. You can change it or keep it.
No, I like this one.
You like this one. So it's a 5. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna just put it right here. I'm not gonna do any moves, just put it right here.
You said it's a what?
5. 4. We're so close. It's okay though.
Okay.
It's okay. Here's what we do. Let's actually do it like this. If you said that it was that, let me see. I think it's okay. So yeah, just grab another one. I don't want to know what it is. It's the same card. No. Show them. Don't show me. Show them. Cool?
All right.
Right? So just put it right here. Watch this. Oldest trick ever. All I have to do is snap my fingers. And it makes a sound. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Right? It's pretty cool. But it also does something to the deck. It makes it so one card in the deck is now face up. Check this out. You see it? It's face up.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Is that your card?
It was a jack.
Oh, a jack of what?
Hearts?
Hearts. Check this out. We're actually going to use this number to find your card. Look, check this
Okay.
out. 8. Look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What was it?
Jack of hearts. Yep.
A bear taught me that.
A bear?
A polar bear. He worked for a circus. He knew a couple tricks.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what do you love most about my magic?
Well, it's fascinating and amazing. I've just always been fascinated with card tricks. With it being so many cards, I don't know how, you can come up with these combinations, but
Right.
it's just a lot of math to it, I guess, or something.
Do you want to learn the nail one?
No.
No? Yeah, it's funny to me because it's just a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, they don't realize. Here, let's try this. Let me try this. We're just gonna do this. Okay. Let me get one thing. This is like this. Cool. Boom. This is pretty much how essentially how it works, right? So here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna have once again, like, this whole thing is gonna be about like choices, right? So I'm gonna give you 2 choices. The first time we had 3 choices. This is only 2 choices. So this is what's really gonna mess you up when later you're gonna be like, what if I would have chose the other one? right?
Yeah.
So I really want you to choose this pile or this pile. I want you to really choose one. This one or this one?
Choose one from those piles.
From these two piles.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah.
Do you want to keep that one?
Yeah.
All the decisions are yours.
Yeah.
You want to keep that pile.
Yeah.
You're sure?
It's a pile or just a card?
It's a pile.
Yeah.
That pile? Positive. You don't want to change your mind.
No.
You can if you want. I'll give you 3 seconds to. 1,
No.
2, 3. You sure?
Yeah.
You're positive. All right. $2 if you change your mind.
All right.
All right, you will change it? Or not?
No.
No?
I just want to stay with these. Yeah.
You want to stay with those? Okay.
That's right.
Okay, let's try this. I'm gonna count these ones out loud. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, you didn't pick these ones.
Yeah.
Right. Can you count how many are there? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's interesting. Can you once again read what this says?
You will choose the 7 pile. That's pretty good. That is a good trick. I think we are getting short on time. I appreciate you coming down.
No worries, man.
Very much.
You chose the 7 pile. Do you feel like I just knew too much about you? Is it scary? A lot of people compare my magic to Kirk Franklin's music.
Really?
It's moving.
Moving. That's good.
Yeah.
It makes you think about a lot of things.
Like what?
Like how you did it.
That's a good thing to think about.
But it's a great skill you've developed.
Thank you, dude. I'm glad you appreciate it.
I appreciate you sharing it with the
For sure, with the community. I want them to know. Like, I want them to know. I don't want people to see me and say, that guy just eats at Taco Bueno 3 times a week. You know what I mean? I want them to be like, that guy's a magician.
Yeah.
He might eat at Taco Bueno, but that doesn't, like, tell you much about him. I don't know.
How many magicians do you think there are in America today?
Probably less than 100,000.
Really?
There's not that many.
There's not that many. It's not like in some areas.
I know 3.
3?
That are my friends.
Yeah, yeah. It's not like guitar players.
No way, everybody plays guitar. Everybody's mom plays guitar too, a little bit.
Yeah.
No one's mom does magic.
That's for sure.
That's where
That's the
be.
difference, yeah. We appreciate you guys watching today and hope you enjoyed the show. And please check out more shows and share these shows, if you will, with your friends. And hope you have a great day. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Denton Community Television, operated by the Mayborn School of Journalism, the University of North Texas.
Hi, I'm Mike Miller. Hope you're having a great day. Thanks so much for watching The Creatives of North Texas. My guest today is an artist who is a sign maker, a mural painter, and a logo developer, and has done work for Warner Brothers as well as so many businesses around the local North Texas area, and I'm honored to have Warren Lunt here today. Thank you for being here.
Hey, thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
How's this year been for you so far?
It's been pretty good. Started out slow, but I've gotten a couple of good gigs. Got a mural for a Kroger store in Arlington that kind of pulled me through. Has let me kind of chill out a little bit this summer and not have to hustle so much.
I really like that. So you entered a contest?
Well, it was kind of a contest. Most contests, they want you to submit artwork to win. This one, you didn't have to initially submit artwork. just sent them portfolio pieces to be able to place.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And then after that, they chose 3 people to do drawings. So they paid for the drawings, and somehow I won the contract. So
well, that's good.
It's been pretty good.
Because you've been doing this a long time. You've done a lot of painting for years.
Yep, it's pretty much all I've done in my adult life. I grew up. My parents were both kind of semi-professional artists, and so it's just, I don't know. It's like, what else do you do?
Yeah.
It's like if you're already in the loop, you know.
And your grandfather even did some sign making?
Yeah, my granddad on my mom's side, didn't really know him that well, but he was a sign guy, and I would go visit him every once in a while, and it was just really impressed me how bohemian his lifestyle was, how he could break away and go buy me cowboy boots and take me to lunch, and just, you know, cool stuff all over the room. And
yeah.
So that's kind of why I decided to go that way.
Yeah, the lifestyle.
Yeah.
But it has its challenges. Just the work is like, when we got into really doing murals, then you had to set up things to stand on. What do you call them? Ramps?
Scaffold.
Scaffold.
I almost forgot what they were called. And it's like you put somebody in pressure, under pressure, you go, yeah, well.
Because I've seen the pictures. Sometimes you have a group of people helping you with some of the bigger stuff.
Oh, yeah. The Bearded Monk was like that.
That was 72 feet.
It's 72 feet, but it's not the biggest one in town. The biggest one in town is over by the Juicy Pig that Melanie Smith and her husband did.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like 92. So they won. No, wait, Dan won. Dan's is huge.
Really?
Dan Black did the one on the side of Andy's.
Oh.
So that's probably the biggest one now.
Yeah.
So,
is he finished with that now?
Yeah.
Really?
It's done. Looks good.
Yours, what was it that you painted for the Bearded Monk at that time?
Oh, well, we were going to have a party. He made it an event, and so the Day of the Dead, after the races, we were going to have everybody come over there and paint, and so we had like 100 people, on Facebook had said they were going to come show up and paint. So I designed it, and me and the owner, Ben Easley, and a couple other guys would go over there at night and draw it all out, lay it all out on the side of the building, and then we had a party where people came. But we got rained out, so the second day only 30 people showed up. And about 30, bunch of people, bunch of good artists here in town helped do that. So.
What did you guys actually do the initial drawing with?
Sharpies.
Sharpies?
Yeah, we just go out there at night and project. You have to lay it out. You take a picture of the building. You figure out where the windows are. You figure out where the electrical boxes and the wiring and doors and all that kind of stuff is, so that you don't put images in a way that you can't reproduce them. So you have to pretty tediously lay out murals. Mm-hmm. Anytime you do that, you got to figure out what's there. So you go in Photoshop, drop your artwork in there. Then you make transparencies on something that big, and take a projector out there, overhead projector at night, and shine it up and draw it off with Sharpies. And then then they came in and painted it in.
What kind of paints would be used for something like that?
Well, initially we just had it painted white,
like a white background.
Yeah, and I wish I could remember the guy's name. I could look on my phone if my phone was on, and tell you the guy's name that did the painting at white. But and then that was just with like a good exterior primer and house paint, and then we came back in with just black lettering enamel, one-shot lettering enamel.
Yeah.
One-shot lettering enamel. It's a little endorsement there. And we just had the one color because the artist that we were kind of duplicating, his name is Rube Goldberg, and he always just did black and white pen stuff. Yeah.
So did you take art lessons as a kid, or?
Well, the only professional schooling that I had, I realized I had to go back to school mid-'80s, early '90s to take computer graphics.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Because at some point you realized that if you couldn't do that, you were pretty much out of business.
Yeah.
But other than that, I just grew up around it. My parents were always painting something in the room, and
you had access to tools and all that.
Yeah, I was all there, and so I never, like a lot of kids get discouraged by their parents of you can't make a living at that, so you're going to need to find something else to do. And my parents never headed that direction. I mean, they were practical, but they never really discouraged me from trying to make money off art.
That's good.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
I was born in Waco and spent a lot of time in Waco and Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff.
And then Duncanville.
Mm-hmm.
So
you went to high school down there?
I went to high school in Duncanville.
Duncanville, yeah. That's changed a lot over the years.
Yeah, it really has. It's huge now. You go down there and it's like a totally different. The high school is enormous in Duncanville. It's just one high school.
Yeah. So as you started doing the artwork over the years, you eventually even did some things like I saw the Beatles, something. What was that bass drum? Like a peppermint or something?
Oh, I've done quite a few renderings of the Sgt. Peppers.
Sgt. Peppers.
Yeah, I really loved Sgt. Peppers, and so I've done like my own personal piece. Well, actually, when I was in school, I did a piece like that, and everybody loved it, and I gave it away to a friend who moved to Alaska, so I never saw it again.
Oh, really?
But I decided to do another one here about 5 years ago, that after John and George died. And then the one you're talking about is probably the one that was at Atomic Candy on the window.
Oh, Atomic Candy.
Yeah, it was Sgt. Peppermint's Candy Hearts Club Band.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You did a good job with those.
Well, thank you. I try to, my mentality for doing sign work is to make you notice. It's like, if you're going to pay me money to do something, I'm going to try to knock it out of the ballpark and get you something that makes people look at it. And
there are ways to make it stand out.
Well, yeah. You can paint shadows behind everything that you do.
Yeah. And
that'll pop it out, make it look more real.
Gives it more depth.
Yeah.
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 Like there is a such thing as folk art. Is that true?
Yeah. And
then naturalism is like a.
Well, if you're going to get into all of the different styles of art, I'm gonna drop off pretty quick. I mean.
But you were influenced by some of these naturalist and realist in ways.
Well, the thing about sign work is you kind of have to be all over the place.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you can't. Most artists try to develop a style so their style is recognizable, so that people who want that kind of thing go to them.
Yeah. In
the sign business, you're playing to other people's ego. You're not playing. The artist is not playing to his own ego.
Yeah.
He's like. You go in and somebody already kind of has a direction for you.
Yeah.
And so you're kind of all over the place, and all over, you're everywhere as far as style goes. You're not really pigeonholed into one discipline,
But the way you do colors, just the way it looks to me, and I don't know much about art, but just the colors, the way they blend and complement each other, it kind of reminds me of some of these naturalistic artists' work, and it seems like pop art used to be a thing. I guess it still is, folk art and pop art.
Yeah.
I've seen books on that, but.
Well, there again, it's like I do everything from scratchboard to, people will tell you, what they want. So chalk art, you just, when you do what I do for a living, you got to be really versatile as far as, I don't know. I can't think of anything that I've done that has been really from a naturalist standpoint. Really? I mean, I have.
Like Homer Winslow. Do you like his?
No,
style?
I'm more of a pop art kind of guy. I mean, in my personal taste.
Yeah.
I mean, I like MC Escher, which is you know, mostly pen and ink stuff.
Really?
But it's visual acrobatics is kind of what it is. It's like my own personal style is probably trying to hide pictures and make things two images at the same time and make things read two different directions. And so personally, I like quirky, weird stuff.
Yeah.
But you know, I get into all kind of medium. I get into all kind of styles. So I'm not trying to direct away from your question. It's just like I can't, for the life of me, like pin it down to, you know, one style. You know.
Well, I think music's like that too. It's hard to say that they play folk rock or whatever, you know, because it has so many other elements intertwined, maybe psychedelic.
Sure.
Whatever, you know, and it's the same in art, I guess. Just so many elements are made, and like you say, you just have to do something for the client that they want when you're making a mural for someone.
But another thing, actually, in my life is like I get bored really easy if I'm doing the same thing over and over and over.
Yeah.
So it's just like a musician. They're going to go, hey, let's throw a little bit of jazz into this country piece and see what happens. You know, it's kind of like, can I get away with this kind of thing? You know.
Like on that, what's the title of the piece you did for that Kroger in Arlington?
It's called Roundabout.
Roundabout.
Yeah.
What is that? Where it's like these two dogs?
Oh no, the dogs were actually, a guy walked by my house walking those dogs, and I asked him if I could take a picture of him because I was planning a mural, and he was like really happy. I want to get to show him the finished piece. I haven't seen him walking the dogs since
Those are
then.
Austin Street dogs?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. The guy, I've seen the guy twice, but as soon as I see him, I'm going to show him. That's there, maybe give him some money or something for letting me take the picture. But the roundabout was a reference to there's traffic circles in that neighborhood.
Traffic circles?
Yeah, and it's the only thing that I could really find that was exceptional about the neighborhood specifically.
Yeah.
Because that's what they wanted, was something that spoke to the neighborhood. So I put the roundabout on there, like a Google Earth view of the roundabout, and then just used circles as kind of a connectivity in the community. You know.
What did those lines mean that are close to those dogs?
What do they mean? Oh, down by the soccer ball?
The dogs.
There's yellow lines, and they're walking into
in the
that.
grass or something?
Yeah, that was supposed to kind of indicate a playing field for the soccer ball.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like the grass that the grass and the sidewalk the dogs are walking on turns into the playing field for the soccer ball.
Yeah. Is that one of the slides you want to use for the show? Or?
I don't think I
You don't have that
included
one on there?
that.
Yeah.
No, they can go to,
It's on your Facebook.
yeah, it's on my Instagram page, Fuse Warren, at Fuse Warren.
You have a lot on Instagram.
Yeah, I probably need to call some of it.
And you sometimes share some of that on Facebook too.
Yeah. You don't get as heavy a response on Facebook when you're showing your art. I think people kind of think you're being egotistical or something. I don't know. On Instagram, they expect you to do that, you know. But on Facebook, it's like,
Instagram.
oh, look, he's talking about himself again, you know.
So you get likes on Instagram too?
I don't see Instagram for an old guy like me as really serving much purpose. I think I've gotten 2 jobs off of people seeing my stuff on Instagram.
Yeah.
To me, Instagram artists, it's just like a bunch of artists like patting each other on the back going, you're still good. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, can you keep doing this? Yeah, okay, well, we're going to keep doing this. Okay, yeah, good job.
Well, that's how it's always been, I think.
Yeah.
Artists support each other.
Oh yeah, we all need it. We're all like terminally bipolar, you know, in terms of like,
Short attention
I'm wonderful, I'm horrible, you know.
That's for sure. And then the short attention span. That's common. Yeah. You've done things around the square, Cartwright's.
Yeah, John Cartwright's been real good to me. He's given me a lot of work. Yeah, he's a good guy.
A horned toad.
No, I haven't done the horny toad.
Or is that the title of one of your?
No. There's just a horny toad on an old truck on a mural in the newer Cartwrights. It's down on Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah, John and I sat around and tried to figure out what Texas icons to put. Most of those are his idea.
Oh, really?
The horny toad was Danny's idea. She's the manager of the Dallas store. She specifically requested me put a horny toad in the picture.
Well, it
so
has
that was for her.
historic significance around here.
Yeah, I mean, I used to catch them all the time. I don't know where they are anymore. I think we killed them all.
Yeah. They got mowed up probably or something. And lettering, there's really a lot of history in lettering, I guess. And then what you're saying, gold leaf?
Yeah, I would really like Denton to get turned on to gold leaf. That I know of, there are only 3 gold leaf pieces in town. One of them is just the bathroom and the kitchen area in West Oak that I did, and then Sean Starr has done a couple of really nice gold pieces in town at the Bearded Lady.
Really?
And at Jupiter House.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he does excellent gold leaf work, but all the gold leaf that I've done has pretty much gone away. I think there's some pieces down in Cedar Hill that I did that are still there. But
it actually, the paint has real gold in it?
No, it's not. It's not paint. You put a size on the window. There's 2 or 3 different ways you can do it. You can do it with a water size, which makes a real bright, like a mirror finish gold, and then you could use different kinds of glues and shellacs and stuff to put the gold on there, and it'll be a matte finish. So you can get different textures.
Oh yeah.
When the light hits, gold is really cool because as you walk past it, the light hits it in different ways.
Oh.
And so it kind of grabs your attention. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you get on Instagram and punch in gold leaf, you will find some wonderful work. There's just so many good gold leaf artists out there. But I would like...
And that applies to signs a lot of times.
Well, there's surface leaf. You know, you can put gold on anything, but most of the time, traditionally, gold leaf was either on carved letters or on windows. Mm-hmm. It's more of a kind of a window art.
It does look good on glass.
Oh yeah.
It makes like a good lawyer name or something on it.
Well, the lawyers used to do it, and the doctors used to do it, and the banks used to do it.
Banks, yeah.
Now, they've all gone to vinyl stickers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Most of the time when you see gold nowadays, it's going to be coffee shops or tattoo parlors. Yeah, because the tattoo guys are making good enough money that they can afford it. And the bankers evidently want to keep their money now. They don't want to spend it on a sign guy.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably don't have to. They make money so easily. You had some murals at Hannah's, but those disappeared, or?
Yeah, when Hannah's first opened, I think it was different owners, and they were paying me incrementally. We spent about 3 months on that mural. I had a bunch of people help me. My wife helped me. A couple of my sons helped me. A friend named Will Lawson did some of the animals in that mural. But it was a jungle mural, and it lasted about 4 years. And I sent somebody over there to look at it to try to sell something else, and they came back and told me it was a white wall. So luckily, I got a whole bunch of pictures of it. But
yeah.
Then I did put that in the thing that, you know.
Oh, that's one of the
that's
slides.
one of these. It's this one right here. Yeah.
The what is this actually? The Design Atomic Ray Guns.
Oh, Tim, a good friend of mine, and he owns the candy store, Atomic Candy.
Tim.
Yeah, he lets me do the windows a lot, and he commissioned me to do 2 different T-shirt designs for them.
Oh.
And one of them was sugar skulls. If you look at it real close, it's ray guns that I've turned into sugar skulls.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's a kind of a there's some people in town that just let me kind of go with what I want. Yeah, they don't say I don't want this, don't want this. They just say do something.
I saw this in your studio, the design, Jesus on Jesus.
Yes. That one took some time. It's all lettering, and it's, excuse me, it's everything that Jesus said about himself, not about other stuff, not about teaching, not about how you should live. It's just Jesus talking about Jesus, which he says a lot about himself. He says I mean, the record is that, Matthew and John were actually disciples, so they would have been firsthand, and there's people that disagree about that or not, but I decided to choose people who were firsthand, at least historically, and recorded what he said. And over and over and over he said he was the Son of God, and his enemies said he said it. That's why they killed him. So there's not much dispute that he headed that direction. But I did a Bible study and wrote all this stuff out, and I'm like, nobody's going to read this. This is like, why would they look at this? So I hit on the idea. Yeah, I hit on the idea that if I made it kind of a puzzle, that maybe at least people would read some of it.
I think it's really clever the way you've done that.
Yeah. And I was thinking about doing some other pieces where it was like Karl Marx on Karl Marx.
Yeah.
And, different people, and you do the research and you realize that nobody really talks that much about themselves. They talk about, their philosophy or, the direction or how people need to straighten up or whatever. Historical figures don't keep going, I'm important. But then I realized but then I realized I could do Trump on Trump. So my wife said, you're going to have to use a lot of orange. So that may be a future piece, I'm not sure.
That might be a popular one.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody would buy it. Oh, I know somebody that might spend a lot of money on that. But never mind. I think he spent 10 grand on something, a picture of himself.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What is this design, motion, not progress?
I did two pieces called Motion Isn't Always Progress. It's 1 and 2. And it's kind of based on M.C. Escher's bird stuff that he did, but I just made it airplanes. But that and the other piece, Motion Is Not Always Progress, is the other one is a dual picture that I did where half the picture turns into another picture, and it's a girl on a swing that when you open it up, it's a clown juggling. But the idea behind Motion Is Not Always Progress is once you get older, you start to realize that a lot of what you're doing is just busy work, so you won't notice your own depression or other stuff. You just got to keep busy. You got to keep busy, And so just this idea that so much of what we do is not necessarily useless, but
just the daily that we get up and then you have to fix something for breakfast, and then you have to wash dishes, and then you have to.
Well, it's not about the mundane nature of life so much as the self-importance that we all start to think that our actions are, what we're doing is really, really important. I had this idea that when I did if I'm talking too long, shut me down, but when I did the mural for Kroger, I went and I got it cut, and the people that cut the boards cut them at an angle. So when I put them together, I primed them and everything, put them together. Well, they didn't line up. The tops were doing this, okay? Just
really?
Like by 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 an inch. So I ran around for 2 days trying to get that fixed, and they said they couldn't fix it because their saw was broke, or in another place said they couldn't fix it because it was too small a piece. And then I spent 2 days. I had to buy a kind of a wall to run my saw down, so I did it myself. So 2 days of running around and $60 more than I needed to spend. And I had this thought. I realized, I wonder how much time on this planet is spent fixing things that other people didn't do right the first time. Like the enormous amount of time that we all spend
That's
like
frustrating.
going, oh no, I gotta fix that. And so you spend 3 days on a 3-second problem.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of motion is not progress. That's the mentality of that, is that so much of what we're doing is like, it's busy work to undo what we did wrong.
I would say that's pretty universal, that a lot of people can relate to that. Gold samples. This shows some of the gold leaf lettering.
Yeah.
And gold West Oak.
Yeah, that's the only piece I have in town that's gold. All the others have gone away. Businesses went out of business and somebody else moved in there and scraped them off. So.
Yeah.
And then the rest of those are just pretty much murals, except for the wood carving.
The Bishop art, that's a project you were involved with in the past.
Yeah, that's a lady named Cretia Drysdale, and I've been working for her for 40 years. She's owned a lot of different businesses in Duncanville and Dallas. And
oh, really?
Yeah. So she pretty much calls me whenever she opens a place, do blackboards for her, and just. I saw a picture on Facebook that she had a younger girl lettering some stuff for her, so I may have lost my position as her go-to sign guy. She may have found somebody closer or something.
Yeah, down there.
Yeah.
And that's your mural at Cartwright's?
Yeah.
The Mural City Tech.
Yeah. Brian Levings, who used to work for the tech department, got my foot in the door to do that mural. That mural is called Shapes of Denton, or Shape of Denton. So they just wanted a bunch of Denton icons on there. Mm-hmm. When you're a sign guy or an artist in Denton, you end up painting the courthouse. A lot.
A lot, yeah.
So that one's got the courthouse in it.
And this mural garden.
That a friend of mine, who will have to remain nameless, because if I tell who he is, then people will find out where it is, and the lady who lives next door doesn't want people tromping her lawn to go look at it.
Oh yeah.
But he was very kind, and the lady that lived next door to him was English, and she had like a little garden, and her garden started dying. I don't know, the trees were dying and stuff. So he decided to pay me to paint an English garden. Her patio faces this wall, and he paid me to paint an English garden for her to look at when she goes out.
Just to have
patio.
a background out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good idea.
Instead of his big yellow wall.
Yeah.
So he was real kind, and he's a good guy here in town. And if you approach me, I'll tell you who he is.
Well, that's pretty nice. Yeah. And then you have a slide of the jungle murals that were at Hannah's. And
then some of the murals, they're just pictures of the art. My stepson David Popper took a picture of me finishing, putting the last touches on the bearded monk. That's the 72 so that's a
foot.
pretty cool picture he took. I thought it was
that is nice.
A cool picture.
Is that still there now, or
the bearded monk is? Yeah.
That what you painted there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's still there.
Yeah,
now.
that was me and the bunch of people at the party painted that together.
Yeah. And then the Sweetwater, that's a snake?
Yeah, the Sweetwater snake is probably the first big thing I painted when we moved to Denton, when my wife and I moved to Denton.
Really?
We got married and decided to move up here instead of me joining her life or her joining my life. We thought that might create tension, so we decided we would come to Denton, Texas, and do something completely different. I had kids in UNT at the time.
That makes sense.
So they let me paint a big snake on the side of the building. So
and
that was my selling card to pretty much everybody else that I would approach. It was like, have you seen the snake?
Because it's a big.
Yeah, but it's gone.
Gone.
In the sign business, a lot of what you do lasts
a few years.
Yeah, a few years, and then it transitions into something else.
Yeah. How do you say it? Wise, Jordan?
Jordan, that's Jordan Weiss standing in front of a spray paint that I did of her dad here in town.
Really?
He's since moved up to the northwest, and she still is in town. She cuts hair here in town. But that was my first graffiti.
Oh, really?
I've been doing this 40 years, and
Yeah.
I've never really done spray cans or graffiti. Dan Black approached me when I was painting a sign for Damon Warren on his Denton, his hail, fixing place, and he was like, I was painting on corrugated, and I was painting circles on corrugated for a big hand that said unding. And Dan approached me and said, why are you using a brush to do that? It's taking you forever to do that. I'm like, well, I've never done spray paint. This will last longer. And so this is just what I do for a living. He goes, well, I've got this wall that I've got permission to paint the whole wall. Come over here. So it's like, this was maybe my second or third encounter with Dan Black, who's an incredible artist here in town. And he said, I'm going to give you space on my wall. So Eric had posted that he was growing his hair back out, because all of us old guys used to be hippies, not all of us old guys used to be hippies. My friends who used to be hippies, they retire and they go, screw it, I'm not going to get a haircut anymore again.
Yeah.
I've left the job, now we're going back to who I really am. So he was growing his hair out, and he posted this, this picture of himself online. So I kind of like extended the hair and did this like tribute piece to my friend Eric Weiss on the wall. And so Dan let me use his spray paints, and I went to it. And so that's my first and probably last graffiti.
Yeah.
But I just really think for the first piece, I was like really happy with how it came out.
Yeah, I like it. Well, I appreciate you coming down today and sharing some stories about your art and so on. And thank you guys for checking us out. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you have a great day.
Denton Community Television, operated by the Mayborn School of Journalism, the University of North Texas.
Brighten your day by watching the Time with Teresa television show. And now, your host, Teresa Westbrook.
Welcome to the program. I'm so glad to have vocalist and songwriter Jane Carter with us in the studio today. Jane has received nominations for Inspirational Country Music Awards for Songwriter of the Year, Female Vocalist of the Year, and for New Artist of the Year. Throughout her life, Jane has performed inspirational country, gospel, pop, classical, and opera. At the heart of Jane's music is her desire to encourage and make a difference in people's lives. Please help me give a warm welcome to my guest, Jane Carter. Welcome, Jane.
Oh, thank you, Teresa. So great to be here.
Oh, it's such a delight to have you. Thank you for coming by and being with us. And let's start this interview off with you telling our viewers just a little bit more about your professional background.
Okay, well, I have a professional background in music as well as medicine. I, in college, took nursing classes and music classes, and all my life I've done both. So I started singing from a young age and got lots of experience in various church choirs and a gospel group, and then started writing songs, and led me to Nashville to professionally record and release singles to radio. So, and have actually been blessed to have a couple of those songs go #1 on Christian country charts. I'm so happy for that, because that means the song gets to stay out longer.
Yes, awesome. Well, that is wonderful. So, about how old were you when you started singing?
Actually, I started singing when I was born.
Oh, wow.
My grandparents, my parents tell me, you know, whenever they'd sing a lullaby to me, I would sing as loud as I could and hum as loud as I could. So it all started way back then.
And so you mentioned also some background in the medical field. So
Yeah.
what were you in the medical field?
Well, I took nursing courses. I had always tried to decide between medicine, the medical, or a nurse, and I went the nursing route. Figured that might be the way to go because I could do both nursing and music.
Okay. So how many years did you work in the medical field?
Let's see. Well, I still am up to date with that.
Oh, okay.
But as soon as I graduated from college, I started working as a nurse. But alongside of that, continued to sing. So for a long time.
I wondered, did you ever sing to any of your patients?
Yes, I did.
All right.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
I've sung in their hospital rooms. I've sung in waiting rooms. Did a little Christmas concert a couple times with some of the chaplains at the hospital for the families of the patients as well. So, I kind of combined
Oh, what a blessing.
nursing
And that
the-
was healing to a patient just as well as you're caring for them. I know that was encouraging. and
ministering
healing.
to their body, mind, and soul,
Yes.
as well as
awesome.
their families. So,
Awesome. I love that. Well, thank you so much for
So-
doing that. I love that. Well, could you tell us a little bit about when and how you surrendered your, or why you surrendered your heart and life to Jesus Christ?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. It was around 4 years of age. Why? Because when my family had shared with me about Jesus, I wanted that love. I wanted the love of Jesus inside of me. I wanted him in my heart and my life. So at a young age, I accepted him into my heart and asked for forgiveness of sins. And my relationship with Jesus has just grown throughout the years. And I've had awesome youth leaders in church and heard various youth speakers that just kind of solidified, and I grew. And anyway, that's kind of how it's went for me. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, now tell us, when did you start writing? Know that you had the gift for writing songs, and when did you start writing?
Well, that was just within this past decade.
Okay.
And so songwriting, I've always sung, but songwriting was something new. And I had went to an event, a conference, and I heard the testimonies of various people being shared, and it just really spoke to my heart. And when I got on the plane, I started writing down on paper all the things that were in my heart. My heart was so full from this conference. I started writing it down. And then when I got off the plane, by the time I got off the plane, I had a couple pages written, and I looked at it and I thought, this almost looks like a song. I didn't know. I said, I think this could be a song. So I actually consulted with a friend of mine, and they're like, yeah. So I turned it into a song. That first song happened to be called We Will Go.
Okay.
And it wasn't fully, fully musicalized into its final state until later on. But that was the very first song that I wrote.
Awesome. And we'll be sharing that hopefully with the viewers as well today. So that's awesome. Well, wonderful. And you're doing so well in that. In fact, I want you to tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the song we're going to roll in called Restoration.
Yes. The inspiration behind that song, there's a couple things. First of all, I was burdened by our nation and all the things going on in our country. There's so many things to pray for.
Yes.
First of all, we need to pray for our leaders in office, that they will seek God for wisdom, and to pray for them. I can't imagine being a president or being in leadership of the nation. There's so many important, crucial decisions. So we need to pray for our country. And in the Bible, it shares in 2 Chronicles 7:14, if, it's conditional, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and turn from their wicked ways, seek my face, I will hear from heaven and heal their land. So there actually in the Bible it says God will heal our land if we pray and if we turn from our ways and seek his face. So I wrote a song based on that, and as well as I was inspired by some of the people in our country who were working so hard to protect our country and our freedoms. And the other big premise when I wrote this song, the big thing in my heart was, if our founding fathers were here today, what would they say about all that's going on? What would they say? What would they pray? And I knew they would pray 2 Chronicles 7:14. They would pray for restoration for our country. So that's what the song Restoration is inspired by.
Oh, that's awesome, Jane. Thank you, thank you. I can't wait to see this song, Restoration. So enjoy as we see restoration.